You're watching the Little League World Series Southeast Regional from Warner Robins, Georgia, as we head into Game 11. Northwood Little League out of Taylor, South Carolina, battling Viera Century Little League representing Florida. What a tournament this has been so far. And we've got 4 teams remaining after 3 days of competition. Georgia and Virginia playing later on tonight. Florida and South Carolina both with 2-1 records. The teams eliminated West Virginia, Tennessee, Alabama, and North Carolina. Hello, everybody. Great to have you with us. Welcome inside the booth. Drew Felios alongside the former Pittsburgh Pirate catcher Mike LaValliere. We've seen some great games in this tournament. This is number 11, Mike, as I stated. But that West Virginia-South Carolina game last night was a classic.
Well, absolutely unbelievable. South Carolina was just, they were patient. Let's put it that way. They were down by a run. They ended up scoring 2 in a walk-off. That was absolutely fabulous. Florida, they've been absolutely outstanding. 2 run rule games for their wins and a tough 2-1 loss to a great Georgia team.
All right, this Florida team, they are high-powered, and they have got a tremendous slugger and a big lefty by the name of Brennan Confreda. Interesting if we see him on the hill, Mike, but he can certainly swing it.
Yeah, Confreda, started off the tournament a little bit slow with the bat. Yesterday, he got it going. There's a double left center field. He also gets a base hit up the middle, ends up 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, and like you said, guy that we may see on the mound today. And for South Carolina, Gavin Wyman, the guy in the right place at the right time. Here he is, the walk-off. We call it a single, but it could have been anything. There's the game-winning run, and let the madness start. Look at him. There he goes. He's an accomplished soccer player, the equivalent of a golden goal, and his teammates mob him. That was such a great scene. Loved it.
One of the great moments of this tournament. South Carolina trying to carry that magic into Monday. South Carolina and Florida, we've got the first pitch moments away. South Carolina and Florida Set to face off, Evan Lipsky on the mound for Florida. The big right-hander making his second appearance here in these Southeastern Regionals.
Well, we've seen him inning in 2/3 the other night against Georgia. Gave up one hit. Big power guy. Good fastball, upper 60s. A little bit of a changeup, but he's pretty much going to stay with the heater.
South Carolina lineup, Gavin Weidman, the hero from last night, to lead things off. Cooper Noble second, Grabiak third, with Sifri in the cleanup spot. Greg Bryant, the big slugger, had a big home run last night, followed by Smouse, Irizarry, Lopez, and Candler. South Carolina bats struggled for most of the night, but came up with the big hits when needed as Weidman puts it in play. One pitch, one out, as Leone makes the play for Florida. And let's start with that Florida defense in left field with Isana Baru.
Jonah Peacock in center, Austin Marshall, who's been swinging a hot bat in right, Confreda at first, Leone, Cheatham, and Finnegan Goldinger at third base, Brandon Reeder behind home plate, and the big fella, Evan Lipsky, tossing him up for Florida.
Cooper Noble, now the coach's son for South Carolina. Hits it hard, right at the second baseman. Leone takes care of it again. So two straight at Leone. And 2 outs and only 3 pitches from Evan Lipsky.
Yeah, Evan in his appearance against Georgia, it's an inning in 2/3. He had 1 strikeout, but a couple of walks. So it's key for him.
Oh, right by the first baseman. Confreda couldn't reel it in. And that is a base hit into right field for Grabiak. And Nolan Grabiak, you almost want this young man to have a big offensive day, Mike, because he was sub-4 not once, but twice last night.
Yeah, take a look at his line shot down the first baseline. Confreda almost took his head off. But yeah, you mentioned last night that Coach Mike Noble chose to pinch hit for him in the first inning. He had his at-bat in the second, and then his third at-bat, they were forced to use one of their reserves, and it was almost Coach Noble, he read his lips and said, sorry, that's on me.
Mm-hmm.
So good to see Nolan get that base hit.
Dawson Sifri watches one outside. Sifri with a huge state tournament run, 2 home runs at state. Also played really well here over the last 4 days. Outstanding on defense and has really picked his spots offensively. Got tons of power if he can get a hold of one here. Watches one upstairs. And it's 3 balls, 1 strike. The hard-throwing Evan Lipsky. That's a tough pitch to catch up to.
Yeah, South Carolina, if they're going to solve Lipsky, they're going to have to lay off of that high, hard one.
This one will get away. So, base on balls, first and second now for South Carolina with 2 down. And that'll bring up Greg Bryant, who had the big solo shot last night that really got South Carolina going in that 6th inning.
And West Virginia, a no-hitter going into the bottom of the 6th inning. Greg Bryant came up, hit a line shot, rocket to right center field to tie it at 1-1. And at that point, just ignited the South Carolina offense. They get a couple runners on base. And Gavin Weidman played hero for him.
So Grabiak comes out, and a pinch runner going into the game is Jack Zadell. Mike Noble wants to strike first in this game. So let's see if the speed of Zadell on second will make a difference. This is a great matchup here. Bryant, the hardest swinger for South Carolina, and Lipsky, the hardest thrower for Florida. Got him swinging. Evan Lipsky, impressive in the first inning for Florida. South Carolina strands 2. Florida coming up here in Warner Robins.
Teammate left on base, pitch down to Florida. 0-3. We're running through the stadium during the game, selling 50-50 raffle tickets. The winner will receive half the money collected, the other half is used to help provide amenities to teams during the tournament. Tickets are $1 for 1 ticket, $5 for 7 tickets, or $20 for 25 tickets. The winning ticket will be drawn following the 4th inning. We appreciate your continued support of the Little League Baseball and Softball.
Florida keeps South Carolina off the board in the first inning. And now the Sunshine State comes up to bat. Greg Bryant, the hurler today, big right-hander for South Carolina.
Yeah, he started the tournament for South Carolina, pitching against Tennessee, went 2 2/3. Gave up a couple hits and 1 earned run, but 5 punch-outs. You got a good fastball in the 60s, good curveball, good changeup, 3 quality pitches.
Florida lineup consisting of Micah Cheatham hitting first, Brandon Ryder second, Jonah Peacock, Finnegan Goldinger, and the cleanup spot. Dominic Leone, Brennan Confreda is powering his bat with Baru, Marshall, and Lipsky at the bottom of the order. Lipsky likely will use that wood bat once again for Florida. But this young man at the plate, Micah Cheatham, has been such a spark plug for Florida over the last 3 days. Gets a piece of this one. Third baseman Irizarry comes up to take care of it for South Carolina. There's one away.
Yeah, I think actually they may challenge this. But let's take a look at the defense for Taylor, South Carolina. Brady Smouse in left field. Gavin Weidman, the hero last night in center. Bennett Candler in right. Sifri, Lopez, Noble, and Irizarry right to left in the infield. Grabiak behind the dish. And on the mound, Gregory Bryant.
Hit up the middle for a base hit. First base hit for Florida. Brandon Ryder is on here in the first.
Well, I was looking at Cheatham. Going to take a look first at base hit up the middle. Nice job by Ryder getting on base. Yeah, I was looking at Cheatham, and I think that ball hit off of his leg, and I thought that they were going to try to challenge it, or at least get the umpires together, and evidently they chose not to.
Jonah Peacock now the hitter for Florida. He had a huge game against Georgia. Georgia considered by many the most powerful team in this tournament. Peacock was 2 for 3 against them on Saturday night. Big strike there. Home plate umpire today is Kyle Palmer. He's done a great job all weekend long. Peacock will put it in play. Again, Irizarry has to make a tough play, and everybody's going to be safe.
Yeah, Irizarry's only play was to second base, and once he left his feet, he didn't have time to get up and throw the ball. Tried to throw it from his knees. Really tough play. Tough play for second baseman Aaron Lopez. Have to call that a base hit.
Now Finnegan Goldinger. High and outside this time. Finnegan outstanding yesterday, making great contact. in Florida's rout over Tennessee. Nice pitch that time for a strike.
A couple of those hits that he got yesterday on 2 strike counts.
1-1. Watches this outside. Finnegan has one big dislike, Mike. One thing that he does not like. Frogs. Gets a good piece this time. Right fielder drifting back. Candler is there to make the grab. And the runner's a little bit caught up here. Peacock in a bit of a pickle. He'll try and slide in. Safe at second. Runner at third is safe as well. Cooper Noble now going to try and go back to first base and say that the runner did not tag up here. Let's take one more look.
Well, you see the rundown. Yes, he is safe at second base. Now they try to get the guy at third. Jonah Peacock forgot that Brandon Ryder was ahead of him. Yeah, I think Coach Mike Noble's going to go over and discuss this with our first base umpire, Stephen Lewis, to see if actually Jonah Peacock tagged up.
Take one more look. Watch Candler make the catch in right, and clearly Peacock's still on the bag. And Lewis right there, the umpire, to make sure of it.
What a great shot. Nice job by our guys showing that. That was absolutely perfect. That was a tremendous shot in that sequence where the runner was on the base. Umpire watching that perfectly. Extremely well done.
Now Dominic Leone's turn. 5-hole hitter for Florida. 2 outs here. Leone to the second baseman. Aaron Lopez takes care of it for South Carolina. So both teams strand 2 in the first. No damage done. We've played 1 in Warner Robins.
Is the official photographer of the 2019 Southeastern Regional Tournaments. He shares his booth at the concourse to keep making photos and the creative work that can be the child in the team.
No score here after 1 inning. South Carolina and Florida here at the Little League World Series Southeast Regional. You'll notice the flags at half staff this morning here in Warner Robins in honor of the tragedies over the weekend in Dayton, Ohio, and El Paso, Texas. A thoughtful gesture by all the organizers here in Warner Robins, and we are certainly thinking of all the families and the victims over the weekend. Second inning begins. South Carolina comes up to bat here with Brady Smouse. 6, 7, and 8 here in the second.
Yeah, self-defense by Brady Smouse. That fastball by Evan Lipsky, high, hard, up and in. Just got the knob of the bat.
Smouse gets a piece. 2 at-bats last night for Smouse. It was a defensive classic last night between West Virginia and South Carolina. Rigney, the pitcher for West Virginia, and Lopez going at it. It was simply fun to watch. Smouse watches the fastball in the outside part of the plate, and there's 1 out. That's the second strikeout for Lipsky.
Yeah, wildly effective. Now you get the ball up and in. This a punch out because he swung. That one down and away. Call Evan Lipsky wildly effective. These are the guys that necessarily can't spot it up, but boy, they can throw it hard. They throw just enough strikes where it keeps a hitter off balance. Tough to dig in against these guys.
2 strikes now to Joel Irizarry. And I'll tell you what, Mike, we saw Lipsky the other night against Georgia in limited action on the mound, but he looks like he is really throwing hard right now.
Yes, he is, and an intimidating presence on the mound. 6 feet tall. Just big, strong guy that we've seen behind the plate and pretty agile behind the dish.
Aaron Lopez, the batter now. Lopez with that great pitching performance last night. Takes a big swing here, fouls it off. And right now, look at that equivalent, 91 miles per hour at the major league level. Right now from Lipsky.
Yeah, when these guys touch 70, lights up our radar gun, and all of us older guys think about when we were in Little League, how were we going to handle a 91 mile an hour fastball? I don't think any of us wanted any part of that.
Yeah.
It's kind of common these days.
Look at that. 70 in Little League looks like 91 at the major league level.
Yeah, and you had Alex Edmondson in 2015 throw a couple balls 80 miles an hour. That's Aroldis Chapman like 105 plus.
Wow. Full count to Aaron Lopez. Bennett Candler on deck for South Carolina. And that ball taken low. Good job by Lopez, and he'll trot down to first. So now it's Bennett Candler's turn. This guy has played a key role in South Carolina's run. Real crafty lefty coming in on the mound, doing a great job offensively as well. Tries to lay one down there and fouls it.
Like the idea of trying to get that runner in scoring position. Candler really not known for power-wise. If you had a power bat, you would kind of want to see him try to hit the ball in the gap or over the fence to score that runner from first, but Candler really not possessing that kind of power, so dropping it down. And what I really liked is the location. It's either a base hit right on the line or it's a foul ball.
Candler a little late getting around that time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the second inning. Florida trying to get back to the dugout here.
Yeah, you find too many hitters when they try to bunt for a base hit, hit it right back to the pitcher. And that's the last place that you want it.
Oh, fastball. Got some bite on it. And Evan Lipsky has quieted the South Carolina bats here through 2 innings. Florida coming up in the bottom of the second when we come back.
One man left on base. Touchdown for Florida. 31.
Baseball.
And that's it!
It allows you to lose yourself in a dream,
Look at the celebration!
to feel and remember a season of life. Baseball.
And that's it!
It allows you to lose yourself in a dream,
Look at the celebration!
to feel and remember a season of life when summer lasted forever.
Have fun playing baseball. It's never going to be any better than this.
Little League World Series begins August 15th on the ESPN family of networks here at the Southeastern Regional, South Carolina and Florida. Battling through the losers bracket. Brennan Confreda to lead off the second inning. Confreda does have a home run here in Warner Robins, and he gets a good swing on that one. Stand-up double here to start the second inning.
You mentioned that he got off to a little slower start in the tournament, but now there's a rocket to right field. You know it's hit hard when the second baseman dives for it and the ball rolls all the way to the wall.
Second double of this regional for Confreda. He is on fire right now, and Izana Baru in the 7-hole for Florida. To the shortstop, Cooper Noble. He's got a play to make. Confreda trying to get back. Irizarry chases him down. Save! Oh, wow. Second base umpire Gerald Johnson thought he got back in time.
Now, Coach Mike Noble's going to go out and talk to Gerald Johnson. I would tend to think that this is going to be reviewed. Yeah, the problem there with Brennan Confreda when you're at second base is you want to have the ball hit behind you to the right side of the mound, to second base, to first base. When the ball's hit in front of you, you got to make the ball go through to go to the outfield. And here you take a look, and there's the tag. Keep in mind that the call on the field is safe, so it has to be conclusive proof that the tag happened.
Cal Palmer, home plate umpire, here with the call. And we have a reversal. the South Carolina defense.
Yeah, mental mistake. As I was mentioning, got to go through when that ball's in front of you.
Marshall squaring around, and that'll be a called strike one. Both these teams have been in defensive battles. Florida had it against Georgia. South Carolina had it last night against West Virginia. They go for two. Cooper Noble with the force play at second base as Bryant came off the mound to make the throw.
Little, what we call PFP, pitcher's fielding practice. And that's all preparation before it happens. Bryant knowing if the ball gets back to him, he was going to be working with Cooper Noble at second base. And again, important, gets that lead runner, keeps that guy out of scoring position.
Evan Lipsky's turn, the pitcher. Lipsky using the only wood bat here in this game. He's got some power. Hit one down the line yesterday. Now it's interesting to see a power hitter like Lipsky, Mike, hitting here in the 9-hole as head coach Russell Cheatham trying to sprinkle those power hitters throughout the Florida lineup.
Yeah, it's a kind of an art as a coach to create a lineup. I personally like to have one of my real fast guys at number 9. It's almost like you have back-to-back leadoff hitters.
Mm-hmm.
Usually your number 1 guy is your fastest guy. I like to stick a quick guy down there at number 9. Love to have guys 7 and 8 with some pop. Many times they get a chance to knock in some runs.
3 balls, 1 strike to Lipsky. Runner on first for Florida here with 2 outs. Greg Bryant battling on the mound for South Carolina. Defense for South Carolina has certainly stepped up here so far. Big pitch coming up here. Lipsky wants to think about it for a little bit longer. Fouls this one back.
Yeah, pretty much staying with the hard stuff. Trying to tie the big guy up, throwing the ball inside so he doesn't get those long arms extended.
This Florida team very businesslike over the past 4 days. Lipsky will take the walk. And now first and second with 2 outs, and the top of the order coming up with Micah Cheatham.
Now they're showing some respect to the number 9 hitter, 3-2 count. Throw him a breaking ball.
Micah Cheatham grounded out his first time up. He has tremendous speed, keep in mind. He likes to lay one down on an occasion or two. He'll take a strike this time.
Yeah, with 2 outs, guy in scoring position, as well as he's swinging the bat. I'd like to see him swing it here rather than try to bunt to get on base.
Gets a piece, and it's into left field for a base hit. Cheatham comes through for Florida. Runner will hold at third base. Marshall 60 feet away now. So Florida with the bases loaded here with 2 down.
And a ball hit too hard. Brady Smouse in left field playing rather shallow. Gets to it quickly. Into Cooper Noble. No chance at all for Marshall to come around to score.
Now Brandon Ryder, who had a base hit his last time up. He is swinging a really hot bat right now for Florida. We'll watch strike 1. They're going going to try and keep him outside here. Pitch missed a little bit, and Ryder able to get a piece.
Yeah, interesting enough, Brandon Ryder, one of 2 left-handed catchers that we've seen in this tournament. Seth Germono from Alabama.
My favorite player.
And Ryder, a little left-hander.
Ryder hanging in there.
Good mix. Breaking ball that he fouled off to the left side, then tried to come in hard with the heater. He beat him, but good enough to foul it off was Ryder.
0-2 pitch. High and tight. Ryder can't do anything with it. And a big-time strikeout for Greg Bryant. So Florida strands 3. We've played 2, and we're scoreless.
Now entering the game for Florida is number 7, Robbie Caruso. Number 11, and this game for Florida's number 2.
Well, we've got a new pitcher here for Florida as Lipsky does his job on the mound. And now the ball will be given to Austin Marshall, number 2.
Well, Austin Marshall, part of the Dynamic Twins. He's the right-handed version of his brother Colton Marshall. Austin's fastball in the low 60s. He sinks it, he cuts it. Little curveball, changeup, a little bit of everything.
One other defensive change for Florida, Robbie Caruso replaces Marshall in right field. So Lipsky goes 2 for Florida, does not give up any runs. And now here we are on the top of the 3rd. And top of the order for South Carolina with Gavin Weidman.
Yeah, if anything, last night, whenever he was running in the outfield, I mean, that was fun to watch, but I was waiting for him to go to the 2 knees like those soccer players do after scoring the big goal. Maybe he didn't want to dirty his pants, I'm not sure, but in that kind of excitement, yeah, I'm thinking he's got that slide. I was waiting for it.
What a moment that was. Hit hard to the second baseman. And a good play made. Dominic Leone getting it done. We've not had an error in this game so far. Very clean on both sides. And there's one out. I really like, too, Mike, how Florida manager Russell Cheatham has managed this pitching staff for Florida, because right now you got Marshall on the hill. You're doing it by committee. Lipsky's already thrown. Keep in mind, you got the big man at first base, Confreda, who also is available today. So best case scenario, you get a couple out of Marshall. You still got Confreda to maybe go in the 5th and 6th. And then if all goes well, knock on wood, everybody's available for tomorrow.
Right, exactly, if they should win the ball game. But that's the key. You get in elimination games, you can't play too many games because you have to win in order to be able to use those guys. But part of the good fortune for Florida is they've had 2 games where they've gotten up big early. They've been able to manage that pitching staff that way.
Confreda with a little bit of room on that right side will make the grab. And there's 2 down.
Yeah, Confreda has thrown 3 and 2/3 innings thus far in this tournament. Started 2 games, but eligible to throw yesterday where he threw, and then he threw, or he's eligible today. So as long as the arm holds up, you know, he's out there available to do his thing.
Yeah, Confreda, he's a game changer for Florida. Got the only home run that Florida has hit in this tournament. Nolan Grabiak now at the plate. Rock that one. Foul. This one he straightens out. Gets by the second baseman, Leone. And South Carolina's got a base runner. And again, Grabiak is making great contact in this game, Mike.
Now Grabiak, another smash. Just to the right of Dominic Leone. Could not come up with it. Would have been one heck of a play.
I don't think we're going to see another pinch hitter for Grabiak here today.
Well, Grabiak definitely making a case for it. You know, every time you come up, you get a base hit. It's hard to get you out of there.
Dawson Sifrey now the batter. Big swing and a miss. And quickly down 2 strikes here. Seen tremendous pitching on both sides so far in this game. This is loped into center field. Coming on to make the grab is Peacock. Good speed out there in center field. And we are done for South Carolina in the 3rd. Scoreless with Florida coming up for the 3rd time.
Left on base, pitch count for Florida, 12.
Little thing, let's go. Little thing, let's go. Don't worry about it, let's go.
The concession stand is a staff of hard-working volunteers and has a wide assortment of food and drink available, including Chick-fil-A sandwiches and fresh fruits, sweet tea. Be sure to visit and pick up a burger, a hot dog, some popcorn, candy, or a drink.
Well, are you looking for training videos for coaches and umpires? If so, you can get free backyard tips, practice plans, drills, videos, and much more by going to LittleLeagueUniversity.org. That's LittleLeagueUniversity.org. Greg Bryant back on the mound for South Carolina. Little League Southeast Park is the site. Warner Robins, Georgia. Drew Felios, Mike LaValliere. Oh, nice stab by Irizarry, the 3rd baseman. He is playing a really, really nice hot corner. And there's one away.
Playing 3rd base, a lot about reflexes. Here, one hop shot. Stick the glove out, ball goes in. Good presence of mind. Gets his feet under him, makes a good strong throw.
Now it's Finnegan Goldinger. Clean-up batter for Florida. And he'll shoot this one to center. Right at Gavin Weidman.
Well, Goldinger hit this ball right on the button. The right at center fielder, Gavin Weidman, is, I don't believe he had to move a step.
So Dominic Leone with a quick 2 outs for Florida. He grounded out his last time up. Every player on this Florida team is 12 years old. This is hit to the second baseman, Aaron Lopez, and a quick 1-2-3 inning. South Carolina's defense really playing well here today. Still scoreless after 3. Four hits for Florida, just one for South Carolina. Here as we begin the 4th inning in Warner Robins. One error made by the Florida defense, but a very clean game played thus far. And now Greg Bryant leading things off for South Carolina. Keep in mind the winner of this game stays alive and gets the loser of tonight's matchup, Virginia and Georgia. And that'll be played tomorrow at 5 Eastern Time on ESPN. That Virginia-Georgia game, that's going to be really entertaining tonight, Mike.
Yeah, both teams playing outstanding ball. The winner of that game right in the driver's seat.
This is launched into left field, and it's going to one-hop to the wall. Greg Bryant helping his own cause in with a leadoff double.
Yeah, good opposite field power. Ball belt high out over the plate. Absolutely smashed Baru in left field. No chance.
So now keep in mind, 4 substitutes need to be inserted into the game. Jack Siddell will pinch hit here for Brady Smouse. Still have Liam Oakley, Lane Myers, and Eli Headley as well that we'll see later. And we'll also have a pinch hitter at second base, rather pinch runner rather. And Lane Myers will be the guy on second for Bryant. Eyeing tight for a ball.
Special pitch runner at second base for South Carolina, number 17, Eli Headley for number 13, Gregory Bryant.
Ball gets away. Runner will advance to third. And now that go-ahead run 60 feet away.
Well, South Carolina was going to entertain Zadell Bunton. Now that took care of that. Florida playing the infield back. Ground ball to middle infield will concede a run. And here's where, as a coach, you really want to impress upon your players to cut down your swing. You don't want to change it. When you get to 2 strikes, cut it down, play pepper with that middle infield.
Hit foul again. Count evened up now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Austin Marshall trying to battle his way out of this here for Florida. No outs. Greg Bryant with that leadoff double. Try to set him up for that high fastball again. That is the signature punch-out pitch here at this Little League Southeast Regional.
Yeah, nice job by Zadell to foul that one off. Good attacking pitch by Austin Marshall.
2-2 to Jack Zadell.
And the more and more pitches the batter sees, to me, becomes advantage batter.
Line outside, 3-2.
It's almost like a game of chicken. You throw so many pitches, they foul off. You almost force the other guy to try something else. A pretty good job by Zadell. 3-2 breaking ball. A lot of hitters are going to get frozen by that.
Key moment in this game right now. Top of the 4th inning. 3-2 pitch to Jack Zadell. And he'll still hang in there. What an at-bat this has been. Working up that pitch count. 10th pitch of this at-bat coming up. Zadell laid off it. And he's got to walk.
Yeah, one of the best at-bats we've seen this week. Very well done. Good 2-strike approach. Fouled off some tough pitches from Austin Marshall.
So now we got Joel Irizarry coming to the plate here, and looks like we're going to have another pinch runner. So good job by Zadell. Coach Noble getting in everybody at the moment.
Now batting number 21, Joel Irizarry.
And now it's Irizarry with a golden opportunity here.
If you're Florida, you're looking for a strikeout or a fly ball that's not going to score the runner.
One ball, 1 strike. The pinch runner at first, we had to clarify, is Brady Smouse. Came back out of the dugout. So 1st and 3rd, Headley standing on 3rd base. Austin Marshall. And timeout called by Brandon Ryder.
And what Brandon did was just give some signs, and there are certain set plays when there's runners on 1st and 3rd. Catcher gives signs out to those middle infielders, kind of tell them what exactly he's going to do with the ball. One of the options is to throw it to second base, get the runner. Another one is a fake. Sometimes you'll see the shortstop or second baseman come straight in.
This is bounced into left field. Irizarry comes through for South Carolina. Northwood Little League on top 1-0.
Well, Irizarry get a big bases clearing triple early in this tournament. This one, base hit to get his team on board. 2 huge hits for South Carolina and Irizarry.
Aaron Lopez now in the 8-hole, showing bunt. You know, South Carolina, Mike, I thought after that emotional roller coaster last night against West Virginia, you go back to the hotel, you immediately go to bed, get up this morning, maybe they'd be a little bit emotionally drained. Not the case whatsoever. These kids are so ready to play and so focused here this morning on staying alive.
Hey, Austin Marshall right now a little too worried about coming in to field the bunt. Number one, you got to throw a strike. Conversely, Aaron Lopez, nice job by taking it.
Lopez heads down to first base, and the bases will be loaded here. Interesting to see, will Florida stick with Austin Marshall, their pitcher, or is now a good time to bring in the dominant Brennan Confreda? Coach Cheatham out of the dugout. And he looks at Confreda, says, "You ready to go?" Confreda gives him the nod.
Well, we'll have some changes in the Florida defense. They have to change out a number of different guys.
So when we come back, we'll introduce you to the new pitcher. South Carolina's got a rally going. So Brennan Confreda warming up now for Florida. And Mike, this is the second time we've seen him on the bump. He has got some great stuff.
Yeah, good fastball, middle upper 60s, outstanding curveball, changeup. Very smooth on the mound for a young left-hander. His mechanics are very sound.
Not an easy situation to be in. No outs here for South Carolina. Bases are loaded. And we've got the big man, Evan Lipsky, going behind the plate now for Florida. So several defensive changes in the field for the Sunshine State and Vieira Sundtry Little League. Mikey Minark will enter the game, and he'll head to right field. Also Brandon Ryder, who was catching, heading over to first base.
South Carolina with an opportunity to tack on some big numbers. Bases loaded, nobody out. Arguably one of their best hitters, Lane Myers, even though he's a reserve.
A chance to do some real damage here if you're South Carolina. And we got a lot of subs here at the moment, so just trying to make sure everybody is in place here. Confreda is eager to start dealing for Florida. So Lane Myers will be the pinch hitter here. And they're asking him to step out and not ready to go just yet. Looks like we got another change here for Florida, as Robbie Caruso's got to come back into the game. So he's going to be at third base here, and this is going to throw a wrench into everything that Florida was trying to do. Caruso started the inning in right field.
Yeah, and they've got to, looks like they have to remove Lipsky. It looks like Goldinger's going to end up behind the dish. Yeah, we got musical chairs going on.
Oh, yeah. Scorekeeper's dream, isn't it? You do it exceptionally well, Mike. That's one thing I got to really compliment you on. It's knowing where everybody is, all the changes here in Little League Baseball. There are so many. It's just part of the game with mandatory play.
Okay, so I was not so good on that. Goldinger goes to first. Ryder ends up back behind the plate where he started.
Just as I say that, you mess it up. Good job.
Yeah. You'll come to know a couple of coaches in this tournament. Past histories, Joey Hill from Tennessee.
Yep.
Mike Noble from South Carolina. Yeah. Scorekeepers looking, oh boy, gonna have a handful on for this ball game. Definitely make some changes. They know how to use all of their players.
So it looks like Ryder is going to move back into the catching spot. They wanted to have Lipsky there. But Ryder, who started the game there, is now back in place.
Well, the problem is you need to have guys that come in to replace you into certain batting spots. And if you've already hit in a spot, you can't hit second, then all of a sudden be substituted in for a guy that's hitting ninth. And so that's where that's all coming about.
So about a 10-minute delay here, getting everything sorted out. And now we're ready to resume action. South Carolina. Let's see if that big delay kind of takes some of the spice out of what South Carolina was trying to build. It's all about momentum here at the Southeastern Regionals. Confreda dealing high and outside. Ball gets by, and the runner will stay. Oh, it looked like Smouth was ready to take off.
I think wisely held up once the ball got past the catcher. Once you hesitate, the best thing you can do is stop. Yeah, good read. A good swing by Lane Myers. 2-0. Coach Noble giving him the green light, showing some confidence in the young man.
Curveball misses. Now 3-1. Myers draws a walk here. It means a run for South Carolina. Way outside the zone. Confreda overthrew it that time, and South Carolina's taking a 2-0 lead.
Well, 2-1 count. Yeah, pretty much for me, you got to go with your best pitch. pretty much fastball. 2-1 breaking ball. Yeah, it's a little bit, like I say, rolling the dice to say the least.
Candler going down to first. Boy, Coach Noble really maximizes that pinch runner rule, doesn't he? Multiple pinch runners in the game so far. Gavin Weidman, top of the order. Lefty on lefty. And again, it just goes to prove it is not easy to come into a game like this if you're Confreda and be inserted right into a jam and be expected to shut him down every time.
You know, a lot of these players are used to coming in from the positions, but you see that sometimes it's a little bit easier if they throw a few down in the bullpen. They do get warm-up pitches on the mound, but sometimes you need just a little extra, especially if you had a couple appearances in a row.
Just missed that time. 2 balls, 1 strike to the soccer player, Gavin Weidman. Fastest player on the team. He'll put this one in play to the second baseman. They'll go for the force at home. Well done by Dominic Leone. And there's 2 down.
Well, Florida playing the infield in, cutting off the run. It pays off for him. Leone, good strong throw to Ryder. No chance for 2. And have to think if Irizarry made contact with Ryder, they may have had a chance to call automatic double play.
Ball gets by again. Ryder right on top of it. There is 1 out here in the 4th inning. 1 away, bases loaded. Lopez on 3rd for South Carolina. And this is Cooper Noble time. Bat has been a little quiet over the last few days. This would be a great time for it to wake up.
Personally, I don't think 2 runs is going to be enough to beat Florida. I think their offense is capable of scoring more.
Big swing and a miss. There for strike 2. Noble puts it in play. Second baseman again will try for the force. Just barely got him. Leone put on the spot here for Florida. And Ryder, that combination has been solid.
Well, Florida doing what they need to do to keep this thing close. Good job by Confreda, inducing a couple of ground balls to the infield.
Now it's Grabiak. Remember, he's 2 for 2 today. Swinging the hottest bat right now for South Carolina. This is the guy they want at the plate. No pinch hitter this time for Grabiak. He is feeling it as he watches one outside. It's 2-0.
Yeah, first couple games he started as their 5th hitter. Since he was so hot, they moved him up to the number 3 hole.
Wow, 3-0.
Now, right now, looking at Coach Noble, he's wanting him to zone in. I think he's got the green light. It's his pitch. He's free to swing. And there are hitters that just aren't comfortable hitting 3-0.
3-1 pitch. Outside. It's 3-0 South Carolina. lot of energy right now coming out of that South Carolina dugout. As Dawson Sifrey comes to the plate. He's got to walk today. Certainly not easy to come into the game with no outs, bases loaded, a lot put on the shoulders here of Confreda. Trying to get Florida back to the dugout. Sifrey watches this one high, and it's called strike.
Yeah, very top of the strike zone.
Big pitch there. So Confreda, couple walks. South Carolina taking advantage. They lead 3-0.
South Carolina in the top of the fourth inning. 2 runs on 2 hit scorers. 3 left on base. Pitch now for Florida. 23. Fans, you have 3 outs left to purchase your 50-50 raffle tickets. Volunteers will be traveling through the stands one last time before the winning ticket is pulled at the end of the half inning.
You can find Little League on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the official handles at Little League. Follow the action and join the conversation with hashtag LLWS. That's hashtag LLWS at Little League. Pinky working that 50-50 raffle here in Warner Robins over the past 4 days. This is day 4, game 11. Drew Felios, Mike LaValliere, South Carolina breaking the ice here in this loser's bracket game. 3-0, they lead Florida. Greg Bryant started it off for South Carolina in that last inning. And now here's Florida's powerful lefty, Confreda, trying to get it going.
A big inning for both teams. A big half inning. South Carolina, you want to have a shutdown inning. You just scored 3. You want to keep your momentum. Florida, try to get on the board somehow. You don't have to get all 3. 1 or 2, I'm sure they'd be happy with.
It's a very confident kid. Been in some real tense moments over the last 4 days, just never panics. Bit that time on the curveball, and now it's 2-2.
Yeah, off-speed pitch. Fastball count, pitching backwards.
High fastball.
Man, 2-2 count for me. That's the pitch I want to make it happen. I don't want to have to go to 3-2.
Confreda puts it in play. Irizarry has been outstanding at third today, and there's 1 out.
Irizarry, he showed good hands, good range, nice strong throwing arm. He's very, very natural at third base.
So pinch hitter for Florida here, it's Colton Marshall, the identical twin of Austin Marshall. Shoots this one to center field, but right at the center fielder, Weidman, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, Florida's hit a couple of bullets right at Gavin Weidman. Almost made the mistake of first step, 2 steps towards the hitter, and this time he corrected himself.
Well, look at that. Greg Bryant doing a great job, Mike, of keeping the Florida hitters on the ground with those 7 ground outs so far. He's kept it low. And now it's Menard's turn. Keep in mind, this Florida lineup, they lit up Tennessee for 10 runs. They run-ruled them. Shocked everybody yesterday. The bats have been silent so far here.
They've put some good swings on it. South Carolina's defense has been stellar. But it's been a good mix of pitches. Mentioned early when we were talking about Greg Bryant, he's got 3 quality pitches. Can throw any of them at any time. And we've seen Florida, again, a little off balance. When they have squared it up, it's been right at the South Carolina defense.
Got him swinging. Greg Bryant is pitching a gem right now for South Carolina. They lead 3-0 after 4.
Base hit. Georgia strikes first. Off the glove of Dewey again. 3-0 Georgia. Down. And Peachtree City, Georgia is headed to the Little League World Series.
Well, those 2 states, Virginia and Georgia, have been the best here in Warner Robins over the past few years. They meet again tonight on ESPN2 at 7 o'clock in a winner's bracket game. Loser of that game will meet the winner of this one. South Carolina right now leading 3-0 over Florida. Start the 5th inning. And Greg Bryant, who started off that last inning for South Carolina with that big double, is your leadoff batter. Pops this one up. Goldinger has plenty of room for Florida, and there's 1 out.
Well, Coach Russell Cheatham been pretty good with his, I'd say actually very good, getting his pitchers in and out of them, keep them eligible. Right now, Confreda would have to miss tomorrow. should Florida advance. Should he go beyond 35 pitches, he'll be done for the tournament. So, yeah, again, this is part of your responsibilities as your head coach, not only manipulating your lineup, pinch hitters, reserves, pinch runners, but you also have to be very aware of pitch counts and the effects of letting a guy even go one too many.
Keep in mind, though, you still got the hard-throwing Lipsky if you are Coach Cheatham as an option, and that's a great pitch by Confreda. Smouse down on strikes, and there's 2 away here in the 5th. Second strikeout for Brennan Confreda.
You take a look at this, and there's fastball outside corner, nicely done by Ryder, making that pitch look good, giving a good look to you, Cal Palmer, behind the dish.
Now Oakley's going to pinch hit. South Carolina was 1-2 here in Warner Robins last year. Oh, nice grab by Goldinger over there at first base as Oakley's line drive gets robbed before it heads into right. Florida needs some runs. They trail 3-0 here in the 5th.
The Southeastern Region Bank Committee volunteers have dedicated their time to assist us during the game and throughout the tournament. Countless hours of hard work provided by volunteers allows us to provide a wonderful tournament experience. Thank you to all volunteers in the 2019 Southeastern Regional Tournament. Now we entering the game for South Carolina, number 21, Joel Detroit, number 23, Cleveland.
Nothing your score, South Carolina with a nice lead over Florida as we come up here in the bottom of the 5th. And for Florida, several substitutes have to be inserted into the game, so Robbie Caruso will start things off here for Vieira Suntree Little League.
We've seen all tournament long because of reserve players coming in. You're not getting a break if you're on the mound. The reserves are, I would tend to think that it's close to hitting 400 or 500. Boy, these guys come in off the bench and they've been swinging it and doing damage.
One ball, one strike to Robbie Caruso. Got to remind you, Mike, Robbie Caruso was a second grade hula hoop contest champion. Does that carry over to success in baseball? You would know. Hit to the center fielder, Weidman taking care of it for South Carolina. Haven't seen a hula hoop in a long time.
Well, that's a small sample size, but on the last at-bat, it didn't help him at all.
Top of the order now, Micah Cheatham for Florida with one out. Florida starting to run out of outs here. Only 5 remaining. Cheatham has a ground out and a base hit today. This kid just looks like a ball player. Got the shades, a couple batting gloves, mouthpiece.
More importantly, young man possesses good hands at the plate.
Yes, very good.
And great wheels.
Mm-hmm. See those hands, Mike? They're rather low. His hands are so quick. Gets that bat around so quickly. Puts this one into right field, and Cheatham continues his hot streak. Pitches for Greg Bryant.
It's been very efficient for Bryant. Total of 53 so far. 4 1/3 innings. Look at the third inning, just 4 pitches. That surely helps.
Declan McBride now the hitter, as Florida continues to work in their bench. McBride, big cut here.
And Declan's done a nice job for Florida. We've seen him on the mound on a couple occasions.
Quickly down 2 strikes to Greg Bryant. Struck him out.
Greg Bryant has really mixed his pitch as well. At the top of the zone, just underneath the armpits. Boy, he's the picture of concentration out on the mound.
Saw the look of McBride. Did not like that pitch. As Jonah Peacock now steps up for Florida.
I've actually thought in this tournament that our umpires have just been absolutely fabulous at home plate. I think they've called a very true zone. And it's to the point where close enough to call, close enough to hit, especially with 2 strikes.
Yeah, Cal Palmer Jr., as good as it gets here in the Southeastern Regional. Also first base umpire Stephen Lewis. Gerald Johnson at second. John Chapman at third. 0-2. Missing this time. You're a little surprised that Cheatham hasn't maybe tried to run, Mike, with all his speed at first.
Well, down 3-0. Yeah, really, it's something you get thrown out that's just a crusher, and having to wait for the ball to get past the hitter is tremendous for the catcher.
What a performance Mr. Bryant is turning in for South Carolina. 5 in the books, still 3-0.
Florida on the bottom half of the field today. The Reds won the hit third. Bring that left on base. Pitch down for South Carolina. 60. Friends, the winner of the 50-50 raffle this day is ticket number 389 1153. 389 1153. games. Thank you to all for your support of Little League.
Head to the 6th inning here in Warner Robins. Florida trailing 3-0 to South Carolina. Coming into this game, just by watching all the games that we have seen, 1 through 10, you would think that Florida would be perhaps a bit of a favorite, looking at the scores that have been posted over the past 3 days. As Headley leads it off for South Carolina, but Mike, as you have reminded throughout this tournament, that is why we play the game. South Carolina, a tremendous performance, and it continues as Headley tees off. He is aboard here with nobody out.
Wasting no time, gets a fastball up out over the plate. Rocket shot into first. Another base hit from the reserves. Nice going. He's getting mobbed as he goes into the dugout. I love that.
Aaron Lopez takes his place on first base. And now looks like we're going to have Lane Myers swinging for South Carolina. And the longer this game goes, with South Carolina leading as they are, here we're at the finish line, but their confidence, Mike, has just kind of grown throughout this game.
You know, they had a tough matchup in their first one against Tennessee.
Yeah.
They get up big and held on. Then they get really steamrolled by Virginia.
Hit hard. This is going to be into the gap. Couple hops to the wall. Florida trying to get it in quickly. 4-0 now. South Carolina in command.
Yeah, Lane Myers made this team because of that bat. Bomb into right center field. Hustling around here, and Lopez for that score. And everyone they can get right now just makes things a little bit easier for them in the bottom half.
Head starting to hang a little bit for Florida, and I believe that is going to be all for Confreda. So Confreda's work is done. Where will Coach Cheatham go to find his next pitcher?
Please now re-entering the game for Florida is number 11, Evan Lipsky, for number 7, Robbie Caruso, and now pitching for Florida is number 31, Declan McBride.
4-0 to score now, and Florida will turn to Declan McBride.
Yeah, Declan's done a nice job in their 2 wins, closing out a couple of run rule games. Right-hander fastball, not going to light up the gun very much, but he's effective with his off-speed pitches, curveball, changeup, and when he throws that heater, looks a lot faster.
Coaching staff for Florida said every time Declan enters the game, he shuts the door. Hoping he can do the same here.
Number 37, Kevin Whitehead.
Gavin Weidman. That'll be called a strike. Top of the order here for South Carolina. Hit hard towards the second baseman. He'll spin around and make the play. And there's one out.
Yeah, productive at bat, even though it was an out. Weidman smashing this ball to right field. Great play at second base by Leone, but more importantly, advances that runner from second to third in less than 2 outs. Infield's going to have to play in, try to choke off that run.
Now it's Cooper Noble. He'll watch one high. Outside, and he'll try and take home plate. Play at the plate, he's safe. Heads up play by Bennett Candler.
Well, ball didn't get too far away, but heads up base running by Candler. I tell you, we've seen him in right field. We've seen him on the mound. This guy has a high baseball IQ. Good feel for the game.
Base is cleared now. Cooper Noble swings at this one and fouls it back.
And as a coach, 5-run cushion. What that does, and it's for whatever reason, it takes the one swing of the bat, tie the game up, away from the other team. And by saying that is basically if Florida loads the bases and hits a grand slam, they're still down.
All smiles right now in that South Carolina dugout. A 5-0 cushion. Noble pops this one up. Lipsky immediately flipped off that catcher's mask. Just looking back, Mike, the way Florida has charted this game pitching-wise has been interesting. Again, Lipsky was the starter, was doing great. They elect to go to Austin Marshall in the 3rd inning. I know hindsight always 20/20, but Lipsky had the South Carolina order on their heels. Not the case now. They are free swinging as Baru tries to knock it down, and Cooper Noble has got a double.
Now the best swing that Cooper Noble's made all tournament. Young man, the only returner from last year, got a good pitch to hit. He's been fouling those pitches off. This time he just rips it into left field.
Just knew it was a matter of time before Cooper's bat would wake up.
Number 28, Nolan Grabiak.
Nolan Grabiak now. He has been so confident swinging the bat. Cheatham comes up, takes care of it for the second out. And that was nearly a collision with Noble trying to go to third and Cheatham coming up to play the baseball.
Yeah, that was a tough play for the shortstop, Cheatham. The runner just stepping over the bag or stepping over the ball. Mike making a good throw to first base. Good job by Confreda hanging on.
Dawson Sifry watching one high. Oh for 2 today. Oh, nice pitch that time by McBride. Florida, a bit of a shock right now. Trailing 5-0. Fans have not had much to cheer about. South Carolina coming off an emotional 2-1 win last night. They walk off by Gavin Weidman. They have come right back here this morning, and they have played as well as you could possibly play. Count even at 2-2.
Yeah, the momentum, the confidence gained from last night, showing off again today.
I mean, just keep in mind, South Carolina, they beat Tennessee 9-7. Okay, pretty good score. Florida beat them 10-0. Just based on the scores, you would think that all signs pointed to Florida taking care of business here this morning, especially with the pitchers they had available. But that one guy in Bryant has been so good for South Carolina, and Mike, sometimes that is all you need.
Well, that guy on the bump, doesn't matter what level, if he has a good day, you got a chance to win. If he has a bad day, sure makes it tough on your offense.
Well, it has been a spectacular day for Bryant. He is on deck here for South Carolina. See if Sifry can get on. This will be the 17th pitch from McBride. Lipsky behind the plate. Another foul ball. McBride took a little bit off it.
For all those folks that are, wondering about Greg Bryant pitch count, he's in pretty good shape. He's only got 60 pitches, so he would have 25 left for that last inning. I don't know. 25 is an awful lot, but we've seen it happen in the tournament where pitcher really pitching well, dominating. Aaron Lopez ran out of his pitch count, had to get replaced.
Kids having a blast this morning. This is launched into left field. Baru step back, then coming in to make the grab. Well, that was an adventure. They say, is it a catch? Yes, it is a catch. Sifry a little confused. Is everybody kind of looking at each other? Take one more look.
Is Anna Baru coming in? Yeah, he's got leather underneath it. Ball in the glove. Great shot by our guys. Our camera guys have had a great tournament too. Outstanding job by the South Carolina defense, or the Florida defense right there. 5-0. Last at bat.
Bottom of the 6th inning, this is where we stand. It's 5-0. South Carolina leads Florida. 6 hits for South Carolina, 5 for Florida, but Florida has not been able to get that big one. And Greg Bryant has just been masterful on the bump for South Carolina as Goldinger leads things off for Florida. And Florida needs base runners badly.
Florida's had chances early. Left a couple runners on in the first, 3 on in the second. Weren't able to get on the board, and right now it's just been Greg Bryant.
Off the end of the bat, Sifri taking care of it. There's 1 out. South Carolina 1-2 here last year. Right now they're 2-1 and looking to become one of the final 3 still alive in Warner Robins, joining Virginia and Georgia. That is elite company. Dominic Leone, the hitter. Puts this one into left field. And drifting back to make the catch. Brady Smouse out there reels it in. And South Carolina's 1 out away.
Brady Smouse went a long way for this. Ball hit extremely well by Leone. Here he is, lays out, makes the grab. And what I love about this, watch the fist pump afterwards. Gets up, yeah, baby, I got it. Glasses flying, hit the center fielder Weidman.
Final hope, Brennan Confreda. Well, swing and miss. Mike, Greg Bryant has not been overpowering today. How has he been able to keep this Florida lineup at bay?
Well, good lesson for everybody out there that doesn't have an overpowering fastball. He spotted his fastball. He's thrown his changeup, his breaking ball, pitched a little backwards where he's thrown that off-speed stuff, and fastball counts. And you know what he's done? He's pitched to contact, not a ton of punch-outs, but he's relied on that really good South Carolina defense.
The fact that he is on the brink of finishing this game, and we're not even at 70 pitches yet, this shows how efficient, how productive, and just how awesome he has been. Confreda tries to hang in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And another changeup from Bryant. He punched out a couple hitters on that changeup. He's had Confreda way out in front with it.
70th pitch coming up for Greg Bryant. Way outside. That'll be 3-2.
They were trying to go with the changeup again. Kind of get a little underneath it.
Azana Baru on deck for Florida. Good eye by Confreda, and he'll take his base. So, Florida not done just yet. See if this offense has still got some fight. Here's Baru. Azana Baru has showed lots of fight in his young athletic career. At one time, he has broken both of his arms and had to recover. He's played well for Florida over the last 4 days, and now we'll have a change as Colton Marshall will come into run for Confreda. See if Florida can put together a little 2-out rally here. It's going to take one heck of one to get back in this game. Baru hits it hard. This is in the gap. Here comes Marshall. He'll round third and score. And finally, Florida is on the board.
Sometimes it's the last out that's the hardest one to get. Baru hammering this ball into left center field. Marshall just flying around the bases. Florida's on the board.
So that will bring Mike Noble out of the dugout for South Carolina. After Bryant gives up a walk and then a double here. 72 total pitches. Mike, do you let him go here? Keep working.
Yeah, I think I let him finish the ball game. He does have his son Cooper Noble, who they've used as a closer. I don't think they want to use him right now, but I would have to think this could be Bryant's last hitter. Obviously, he gets him out. They all jump up and down because they advance. If he doesn't, then I think you bring in Noble.
Austin Marshall, the hitter. Bryant trying to finish off a masterful performance. Marshall wants to be a sports broadcaster one day. Big moment here, trying to keep Florida's hopes alive. Bounced to the first baseman. He will step on first, and South Carolina will advance and live to play another day here in Warner Robins. They certainly earned it, didn't they?
Well, big hats off, Gregory Bryant. What an outstanding ball game, this Florida offense. They showed a lot of strength early in the tournament, a couple of run games that they won. But today, Greg Bryant shuts them down, one scratch run at the very end. And their offense did enough. They get some base hits here and there, some clutch hits. But to me, pitching, defense, that's what won this ball game. Nicely done. Taylor, South Carolina.
South Carolina wins 5-1. Virginia, Georgia later on tonight on ESPN2. South Carolina will await the loser of that game. Still lots of baseball to be played. Be sure and join us on the ESPN family of networks. South Carolina, well, they've been through